Another story is waiting in the dark. This one is called The Backup Folder I Never Created. I work tech support for a software company, so I know how this is going to sound. I am scared of a folder on my own laptop. I live alone in a one-bedroom in Jersey City. 3rd floor walk-up, thin walls, traffic outside all night. I work remote, answer tickets, live on chat and email. Most nights are the same. Log off, microwave something, scroll, fall asleep on the couch or in bed, with my laptop still warm next to me. A few weeks ago, I started getting those low disk space warnings. At first, I ignored them. Then my machine started lagging, so I finally opened the File Explorer and sorted everything by size. That is when I saw it. The name looked like something a system would make up. 2 words smashed together, something like System Backup and Quiet Hours. It had a little cloud icon like it was synced somewhere. I never installed anything with that name. I would remember. Inside that folder was another called Room 1. Inside that were audio files, not songs, not podcasts, just simple names. Recording 1, Recording 2, Recording 3. The list went on and on. They were all a few hours long. The times on them were always in the middle of the night. I checked the details on one. The source said internal microphone, not screen audio, not system sounds. It was the room. I sat there for a long time, just looking at that. Finally, I put my headphones on and opened the first recording. At first, it was boring. Just city apartment noise, the steady hum of the fridge, pipes ticking in the walls, cars whooshing by outside. Somewhere a siren fades in and out. Above me, someone's TV mumbles through the floor. Farther back, softer, I heard my bedroom fan. It has this little rattle at the end of every spin. I recognized it instantly. No voices, no footsteps, nothing obviously wrong. The second recording was almost the same. Same background, same fan. That actually made me relax a little. I told myself it was some default sleep tracking thing that got turned on after an update. Annoying, but not creepy. Around the third recording, I heard something new. Breathing. Very faint, from far away. Slow and regular. I realized that was me, asleep in the bedroom. The laptop must have been out in the living room. The sound felt filtered, like it was coming through a doorway. About half an hour in, there was a second breathing pattern. It drifted in like somebody walking closer to the mic. Mine kept the same rhythm. This second one did not match. It pulled in air a little too fast and let it out with a sticky sound at the end, like a dry throat. I paused the file and told myself I was being stupid. I tried to blame the pipes. I played those few seconds over and over. Once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. 2 sets of lungs. One far away, one right in the room. I went to the next recording. Every night, the second breathing started sooner. In recording 4, it faded in 10 minutes earlier. In recording 5, it was there almost right away. Each time it sounded a little closer to the laptop. Sometimes you could hear fabric shift, like someone brushing against the desk. Then, in the middle of one recording, the waveform suddenly jumped. There was a whisper, just a couple of words, almost too soft to catch. I replayed that moment over and over until my ears rang. It sounded like, "Can you hear me?" Not a question, just a flat statement right in my ear. No accent, no breath at the end. The more I listened, the more it sounded like it was almost inside my own mouth. After that, my apartment felt different. I paused the audio and just sat there, listening to the real room. The actual fridge, the actual pipes, the actual cars. I went back to the list. Most nights were there. Once in a while, a date was missing, but not many. The recording slowly got longer, like whatever made them was trying to grab every possible minute. I kept going. I could not stop. The next step up was when it started saying my name. The first time it happened, I almost convinced myself I misheard it. The second time, there was no doubt. My name, plain and clear, breathed into the mic like someone was standing over it. After that, it was short, broken phrases. Little fragments between the fan and the fridge. I am going to stay. Not yet. You do not see it. Around this point, I started noticing something else. The recordings did not always match what I remembered. In one of them, about halfway through, my bedroom door opens. You hear that exact squeak in the hinge, the slow footfalls on the hardwood, then the breathing right by the mic. Mine changes for a second, like I half wake up, then smooths out again. Whoever is in the room with me does not move away. In a later recording, my phone buzzes on the table. You hear my footsteps from the bedroom. I answer in this groggy, half-asleep voice. I laugh and say, "Yeah, I can hear you." There is no call in my history for that night. I checked everything. Installed apps, startup programs, task manager, nothing with quiet hours or room 1 in the name. No new cloud services. Nothing that should be recording my microphone every night while I sleep. I tried to delete the folder. I right-clicked it. My finger went to the delete key, and then I just sat there. My hand would not move that last little bit. It did not feel like fear. It felt like when a program freezes and your mouse stops responding. My body was the frozen part. In one of the older recordings, right where my finger stalled, the whisper said, "Do not delete. We are not finished yet." I shut the lid of the laptop and walked around my own apartment like a stranger for a while. When I finally went back, I checked the dates and realized I was getting close to the present. I was 1 or 2 files away from last night. Last night was already bothering me. I remembered sitting at this desk after work, watching videos, then not watching anything, just staring at the screen while time slipped. The next clear memory I have is looking at the clock, and it was somehow 1 in the morning and my neck hurt. The second to last recording was from the night before that. That was the one with the fake phone call. The last recording was from last night. It did not bother with a name, just last recording. The time on it matched the hours I remembered sitting here. I opened it. It starts with the creak of my desk chair and my own breathing, very clear. No fan, no TV, no bedroom noise. The laptop is in front of me. The mic is right there. For the first few minutes, you hear tiny mouse clicks, skin on plastic. I never type. My breathing is so slow it almost sounds edited. Then a second breath joins in. For a few seconds, they sync up. 2 people breathing in the same rhythm. Then they drift. One sticks to the pattern of the mouse clicks. The other breathes in the gaps, like it is waiting for turns between them. After that, my voice speaks. I am recording, I say. Continuous mode is on. It is my voice. Same tone, same cadence, but it is flat, like I am reading from a script. Another voice answers, using my exact sound, but thinner, stretched, like it is coming through a bad phone speaker. "Good," the thin voice says. "We lost too many nights. You will stay awake now." There is a long silence. No keystrokes, no chair movement, just those 2 breathing patterns. Then the thin one says, "Look at the folder. Start from the first recording. Listen to yourself sleep." I hear the mouse move, hear the clicks. That is the moment I found the folder. That is when, in my memory, it feels like time got strange. On the recording, I sound perfectly calm. The thin voice keeps coaching me, but the two of us have become so close, I can barely tell which lines are mine and which are its. Good, it says. Stay with me. Keep watching. Near the end, the volume drops, and I had to press my headphones tight to catch it. I am behind you now, it whispers. You do not need to see me. You only need to hear me. On the recording, my breathing never changes. I do not turn. I do not speak. I just sit still and stare at the screen while something stands behind me and talks into the back of my neck with my own voice. The file cuts off in the middle of my breath. No button click, no closing sound. It just ends, like something decided that was enough. Right now, as I am saying this, the fridge is humming. The pipes are knocking. Cars are passing outside like always. The folder is still on my desktop. While I was staring at it, the timestamp on it flickered. A new file appeared inside. Not a long name, just new recording. I can see the size number climbing. I have not opened it. I can hear my own breathing in this room louder than anything, like the mic is an inch from my mouth. Under it, under everything, there is another breath. Slow, patient, perfectly in time, with the soft little clicks my fingers make every time I go back and look at that folder again.